Notice this 12th chapter. The Lord said to Abram. To Abram was not a young man. So we can't put numerical stipulations on when God tells us to go. Let me get back. When the Lord had said 25 years previously, when Abram was approximately 50 years old. Are you still with me? By virtue of the fact that he lived in the city of Ur, or the hot spot, on the day where bathtubs were invented. And bathtubs were invented, church, in the city of Ur. Abram had done pretty well for himself. In addition to riches, of course, I had a witness that he had respect, for he was a leader with a stunningly beautiful wife. Can we talk about Abram for a minute? Abram had it going on. Abram had a little change in his pocket. He had a little boo thing on his side. Everybody knew Abram where Abram went, but people forget to understand that Abram was on his way to a burning hell. Which lets you know something. It don't matter who's on your side. What matters is who's in your heart. And too many times we'd rather have God on the outside than on the inside. Yeah, he had money, but money couldn't save him, because you see, Abram and his family were pagans. Come on and talk to me here, church. They believed in a moon god. They believed in a sun god. They believed in a rain god. It wasn't until God called him. Well, have you ever asked yourself, why did God call him? God called him because he was faithful. See, God is looking for some faithful people to serve him. He's not looking for those that just come and worship him every now and again. He's not just looking for those who just come for a special day. He's not looking for them that just want to worship him on Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter. He's looking for some full-time, faithful folk who will follow him and worship him, not only in the church, but on their job. Not only on this job, but at the house. Not only at the house, but at the grocery store. Are there any faithful people that don't mind praising God? Joshua tells us that he worshiped the moon god. Yet although he was rich, respected, and religious, Abram was lost. You can have it going on and not have nothing. You can have all the money in the world and still go home to an empty house. You can have people under you at your job and have no one to tell your troubles to. Come on, talk to me here. Yeah. You can have a big, fine house, and when you shut the door, it echoes because ain't nobody else in there. See, we have our priorities wrong. Money is all right. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a piece of change, as the old folk used to say. But the perspective is, you got to understand where everything comes from. Every good and perfect gift comes from above. And you can't worship money, because worshiping money, it begins the root of all evil. It's not what you use it, but how. Are you using it to get your way? Are you using it? Will you hold back from God because things don't go your way, church? See how quiet you got right there? I'm not talking about nobody. I'm just giving what the Spirit given. You can have it all and not have nothing. Come here. Yeah. Some people want it all. Some people have nothing at all. When you understand that you need Jesus, because when you have Jesus, you have everything that you need. Come here, Vicky. Vicky would tell you, long as I got King Jesus, I don't need anybody else. But I'm a living witness. If you got Jesus, you got a lawyer in the courtroom. If you have Jesus, you have a doctor in the emergency room. If you have Jesus, you have a financial advisor. So the question is this morning, does anybody have Jesus? I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to tell on myself. A few weeks ago, I had a procedure done. I had a heart cath. And then, I ain't tell nobody. Because y'all have had me in the backyard already. I've been dead already. Because some folk are looking. Or some folk are focused on the negative. And what I did, can I tell you what I did? I had a talk with the Lord. And I told First Lady, I said, I'm just going through the motion. I said, I really ain't got to do this. We can just go on to work and call it a day because there ain't nothing wrong with me. She said, no, go on and make sure there's nothing wrong with you. So they stretched me out. Y'all ever been stretched out? I mean, no sheet. And I thought to myself, at least they could take me out to lunch first. Y'all will get that on the ride home. Just hide that. And Brother Deacon, what made it worse is they were pretending or acting like everything was all right. They ain't got a stitch on. They can walk around talking to one another. I know somebody see me here. And so they said, Mr. Herndon, we're about to begin. I said, all right. But I had already talked to the Lord. And they told my wife, she said, it might take an hour or two. Within 15 minutes, they run that little thing up my arm. So the doctor looked at me and said, you lucky. I said, you lucky. Why am I lucky? Laid out here wide open for the world to see. How can you call me lucky? He said, because there was nothing wrong with you. See, and that's why I'm telling you, don't be afraid to go to the doctor. Sometimes you go to the doctor so you can have a testimony of how good God really is. Come on, talk to me here. Matter of fact, they took me off 3 medications. That's some metformin self. God is so good. But unless you move by faith, you'll never know how good God really is. Notice this. He said, leave your country, leave your family, and follow me. Abraham had a choice. How do you follow somebody who you don't know? First thing you got to do, and the Bible doesn't say this, but you got to get to know them. Abram got to know God. He had to have a relationship with God. And you wonder why there's so much trouble in the house of God, because not everybody is following God. Some of us are following traditions. Some of us are following what we used to do. Some of us don't believe God is going to make a way, but there is a remnant in the house. I believe that recognize that our God can do anything but fail. If you are that remnant that believes that God can do anything but fail, would you recognize yourself and stand up and wave your hand and tell your neighbor, baby, there